all I do is give in this relationship, and
right.
When do I ever get to take? You know.
You still haven't given me that $200 from the Avatar bet.
Ah, shit. Yeah, that damn bet.
Fuck. What was this bet?
Oh, Jesus. We bet that Avatar.
Now that you brought it up.
I'll give you the brief version. We bet that Avatar. I didn't think it was going to outgross. Well, first it was the gross that it was going to be the highest grossing film of the year, right?
Yeah, I thought that definitely it would be. You said there's no way.
Yeah, I said there's no way in hell it's going to be the top grossing film of the year, and the second part of the bet was that it would not get the most Oscar nominations. Now, it tied for the most Oscar nominations.
Yeah, it tied for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it tied, so we kind of washed a little bit on that one. But then, of course, we all know what happened with the box office. But now I still want to bet Jamie when Avatar 2 comes out that it's not going to be...
even the opening weekend that made $77 million, you're like, that's nothing. There's no way it's going to be the top grossing movie of the year. I said, all right.
I still don't get it. It still puzzles me. I still don't know how it did it. I really don't. I'm still baffled why it outgrew. I mean, I never would have guessed outgrossing Titanic. I mean, there's just no way.
What puzzles me, what baffles me, dude, I mean, I knew it all along. And
yeah,
I have
just brilliant.
No, but you have the audio tape to prove it. You have the audio.
I know I do.
I
know I do. It just pisses me off.
What pisses me off is that you, in spite of the quality of the movies, and Avatar is a subpar movie in so many respects, but
yeah, and it makes me angrier every time I see it.
The fact that you always discount Cameron. And Avatar 2.
No, I don't always discount
No, there's no
Cameron.
way Avatar 2 is going to be a success. Like,
it's
what
not.
in Cameron's resume fills you into an idea that Cameron will make an unsuccessful movie?
There's just no way that Avatar 2 is going to do what Avatar 1 did. There's just no way. He's going to lose. I mean, it's just natural that you're going to lose some of what. I mean, we'll get into it another time.
You can lose half of the business that Avatar did for Avatar 2 and still be the top-grossing movie of the year. So,
it depends. When's it slated to come out? It's not going to be for another couple of years, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, we have to see what else is coming out that year. I mean, yes, it's
really?
going to do
You think something else is going to gross half as much as Avatar?
I don't know. It's possible. I mean, I don't know what else will be coming out, but it's possible. I don't think that the same kind of interest is going to be there, because now, I mean, I can understand some of what everyone's interest was, the fact that, there was such hype over this is going to be something you've never seen before, but now we've seen it, so what are they going to hype it with? It's like, what's going to be the new thing?
And if one thing that the American public has proven, they're not willing to go back to see something they've already seen.
You sorry bastard.
This is true. He's got
Just
a point
admit it.
there.
Dean, thank you, my friend. Just admit it, Jason. I'm right about this. You gotta fucking
You're not. Well,
It's
you know
been
why
2
you're wrong?
years.
Because you know why you're wrong? I should have taken your bet on Tron. You were convinced that Tron was going to be.
Yeah. That was stupid and wrongheaded. You're right.
Yeah. So see, you have your faults too, buddy. So.
Right.
I think that by the time Avatar 2 comes out, everybody will have gone back, of course, and revisited Avatar, the original Avatar, and realized
be tired
what
of blue
a
people.
stupid movie it is.
That's right. I'm telling you, I really do get angry. Every time I see Avatar, I realize how I really get angrier at the movie, just like, this really is not a good movie.
See, and I think that's overestimating the intelligence of the public.
Jason, were you taken in by it at first?
Well, it wasn't in my top 10 of the year. And, Jamie and I did a whole show on that weekend after we had seen it. And, I had been so negative about the movie beforehand, so it did turn into more of a positive, where I liked the experience of it, like the 3D and the IMAX and all that. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was good. I thought that delivered on what it was. But it was not a movie that I just thought had repeat viewing value. I didn't find, I wasn't connected to the people because they still seemed fake to me. Even though the visualization of these characters was good. I'm telling you, the blue people.
But you're too consumed with the blue people.
It was a bad choice.
couldn't get over how stupid the blue people and their entire world was. It was just so ridiculously stupid. I couldn't.
Well, it was
stand
just my problem was that the storyline was just, I'd seen it before. I mean, it was Dances with Wolves, and it wasn't as interesting. I wasn't invested in the people. You know, it was like everything was just playing on, you know, all these different story notes. So the only thing I really liked was the experience of it. And once you take that away of 3D and IMAX on a huge screen, you know, then you really are left with a subpar story. And the visuals don't play as well at home.
And I think you know, a lot of people are going to go back who went to go see it and loved it, are going to go back and watch it on video or have already done so, and realize like, oh, this isn't so great after all.
Well, the big thing too is that he's made the two most successful movies of all time. That there's a lot of hate for him out there because of that. Like I never got so much hate mail or hateful mail than when we announced Cameron was going to be on our show. Like seriously, people started talking shit left and right. They're like, he's a hack. He's
never really been well liked though.
No, he was really well liked. Terminator. I mean, people
dug
him.
Early days, but even around Titanic,
people love you until you're the biggest thing on the planet, and then they
that's what turned him off. The whole I'm king of the world that he did at the Oscars. I mean,
Cameron's not a hack. I mean, clearly. But
I've told you before. I think he's incredibly talented, and I've loved so many of his movies. I've watched them over and over again, but I just think he's gone off the rails. I mean, I think he could do something.
I do too. I am so disappointed that he's dedicating the rest of his life to more avatars. And
yes, I think that's the most. I mean, do it once, fine, but it's like I don't see any more interest in this story whatsoever. I mean, I am so not interested in what happens to the blue people now.
But I'm telling you, don't count him out. I mean,
it's not going to do the same money. It is not going to do the same money.
If he falls, he's going to fall epically. But
I didn't say he's going to fall. Avatar 2 will do well. But it's not going to – there's no way. $1 billion worldwide, no way. It's just not going to happen.
Well, Avatar almost made $3 billion worldwide. It made like 2.7
God, that pisses me off. I swear to God that pisses me off.
Which is like double what the –
How does that happen?
Worldwide, it'll probably do well because, you know, in other countries, they're kind of idiots.
Well, that's true.
We're idiots in this country, too, dude. I mean –
We're idiots.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Here, too. No question about it. We're idiots.
Transformers
here too,
3 just made over $1 billion, so.
I know, but I mean, a lot of those movies that are doing $1 billion are doing most of it overseas, and here. I know. Here, you know, it's really a fraction of what the
$340 million here in the U.S.
So let me ask you guys: have you run across anyone that really says, you know, Avatar deeply moved me? I mean, that they really loved Avatar. I mean, I haven't run across anybody that ever said that.
No,
I haven't either. But
I've never. No.
Obviously, it had. Obviously, it did because that movie had a lot of repeat business, and I think what Cameron's good at is finding this like universal chord that appeals particularly to women. I mean, it has.
Titanic, I could understand. I mean, Titanic made sense to me. I mean, because that appealed to. You know, I could understand the teenage audience and grown-ups and everybody. I just didn't get Avatar. I didn't understand the appeal to women of that movie. I don't
really
understand.
Look, I don't think it's a good movie. I mean, I think it's a technological achievement, but you can't build a movie off of that.
Yeah, and that's why I think the sequels are going to be. They're going to do a lot less because I think now that you've had.
They are going to do a lot less. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying that they can do half as much, and they'll still be the biggest movie of the year.
Well,
I don't know. I agree with Jason that it depends on the year and what happens. You know, I don't think there's going to.
Hey, Dean, want to go in with a bet? Maybe that way I won't be out on the hook for maybe $200 this time.
Yeah, I'll go in on the bet with you. But I think that Cameron's particular genius and is his inventor quality. He's got a quality where he invents things for movies, and I think people come to see what he's invented for the movies. But in my opinion, anybody comes to see the stories. I don't. In my opinion,
he actually, if you look at directors that most closely mirror Stanley Kubrick, James Cameron is like number one. because of his.
You.
No, look, I've dedicated more time to Kubrick than you have, so I fucking know Kubrick. In terms of,
I love how mad you're getting about that.
In terms of meticulous attention to detail, obsession, engaging in technological advances in filmmaking, he is most closely akin to Stanley Kubrick. They're completely different stylistically and substance-wise.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see your point. I'll give you that.
I mean, maybe technologically, but I don't think in terms of story and acting and even dialogue. I don't think they're anywhere near each other. I think that
every point that I just made, they're most akin to each other. Meticulous in detail.
Yeah.
Obsessive about their projects.
In technological detail, but not in the details that matter, which is the realistic, the interesting quality of acting, and the quality of the stories being told. I don't think that they're anywhere near being as
well. No, they're also similar in character, because they both engaged in two-dimensional characters, but for different reasons. Cameron doesn't have the talent to make a three-dimensional character.
Well, yeah, I see that point, but
Kubrick used two-dimensional characters because I don't think he was interested in characters. I think he was interested in ideas.
Right.
And how
I
he
was just
going to
say
all of his ideas through the characters.
Kubrick's ideas were far. I mean, Cameron's not trying to do what Kubrick did. I mean, he's not reaching a vastness of ideas like. I mean, you know, Cameron's. There's no comparison right there, but I see the technological comparisons and the character comparisons. But it's just they can't compare on the level of what they're trying to do.
No one can compare to Kubrick completely, dude. I'm just saying the one that's most closely akin.
That's true. No one can compare to Kubrick. This is for sure.
I'll give you that minor point.
It's actually pointless to even try and compare anyone to Kubrick. Really, it's because it'll never happen, and you know.
I love how you come around on Kubrick, though, Jamie. I must say,
dude, seriously, man. I mean, compared to what I was 2 years ago, I'm a fucking scholar on Kubrick now.
I know. I'm really moved by it. Because you were dissing on the Kubrick, man.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
So I've been very happy to see this new discovery that you've had.
Yeah. I've learned to appreciate cold and heartless. I've learned to appreciate cold and heartless filmmaking. It's